I'm going to click record on this so I can send it out to you guys later. So it'll be awesome. All right. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of cool stuff we're going to cover today. I'm super pumped. And but before we do, tell me about your last week. Tell me about like a lesson learned or a victory you've had.
Hey Jonathan, it's Joe. I had a great victory. I got a referral from Natasha, and it was for a $3 million listing, and I got it signed on Saturday morning.
Nice.
Good job.
How cool is that, huh?
Yeah, it was a pretty nice house. It's like 11,000 square feet.
Okay.
Nice. What does it feel like to kind of, I don't know, like wake up a month ago, I guess, and just get a referral from someone in the Freedom Club?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome because, like, obviously I wouldn't have gotten this listing if I wasn't in the Freedom Club. So, you know, it makes me feel like, hey, this was probably a good idea to join the Freedom Club. Secondly, it's just nice to have like a $3 million listing because then, you know, it takes any pressure off of a $1 million listing appointment or anything. Like, I have a $3 million one. Your $1 million house is crap, right?
Yeah, it's like you're expanding your comfort zone. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny because when I went on, it didn't really bother me because it was so much higher than the other ones in the area. Then I know whoever I was going against also doesn't have a $3 million listing, so it doesn't really even matter anyway.
Yeah. So when you enter,
plus, I think I was gonna say the whole reason I got it though was from the IC and the personal guarantees and just being different from everybody else. Because they interviewed 3 people, even though it was a referral, they still interviewed 3 people. But I know the other 2 people were probably exactly the same as each other and as the same as every other realtor. And I used the IC. I upped the guarantees to $10,000 if we don't sell it in 63 days, and $5,000 if it's not the best. Because like, who cares if it's 90 grand if I lose 15, which I won't anyway. But I think that's the difference between us and them. I even brought up the Tuesday, Friday call because I know with a listing like this, it might sit for a while. And somebody who's selling a $3 million house has sold multiple houses. So I told him, hey, look, the traditional realtor, once you get the listing, is not going to talk to you. I'm going to call you every Tuesday and Friday. And not only that, if we don't have it updated, I'm still going to call you on Tuesday, Friday. And I'm also going to, you know, ask you how I'm doing on a scale of 1 to 100. And I think that was part of it too, that like really pushed him over the edge to pick me.
Yeah. Yay. Oh my God.
Yesterday I was out showing, and in between showings, I had a Realtor.com lead, and I called him and I said, hey, do you want to go check out the house? Just as, hey, if you like the house, you can go see it. And he said, sure, I think there's an open house. I said, you know, not for sure. Let's go check it out. How does 3:15 work for you? I said, let me call you right back, make sure I can get that set up. And then I called him back, said, see you at 3:15. Walked through the house. It was an open house. There was a realtor there. So when we left, I just went to the trunk of my car, put my green machine on the car, went through my green machine real fast with them. And then we decided the next step was to talk to a lender because it had to be approved. And so let's talk to the lender. So whenever I was getting in my car, I went back to tell that agent, thank you, bye. And I left my bag in the house on accident. But anyway, whenever I got to the car, he was talking to my lender saying, hey, Benny's awesome. And, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, he called me back and says, she's awesome. Well, my lender texted me this morning and says that he's already referred his neighbor to the lender as well to work with her and her. And then I had another Realtor.com lead as he was leaving is because a gentleman says, well, I only want to work with a listing agent. And he says, I want you to take me off of a do not call list. I said, listen, let me just say this. I'll never call you again. And I said, but let me say this. I said, do you know how I work and how I can benefit you? And he said, well, no. And I said, well, I can immediately guarantee you $10,000 house that you're about to make the offer on with that listing agent, or I owe you $2,400 at closing. He said, wait. Don't put me on your do not call list. So now I have a meeting with him this week for an IC. So just being throwing that out there really helps. So just on Sunday, by being really elf, I've got 2 buyers that, you know, again, they're over the 350 range, but, you know, getting there. So
That's awesome. Way to rock. Hello, Will from Carolina.
How are you? I thought it played in pretty interestingly with the last chapter of the book we read. I had 2 folks that are already in my U200. I knew they were going to buy a house at some point in the next year. They called me late last week and were like, yeah, we found a house. We think we want to buy it. When can we see it? And then the very next phone call I got was from another friend of mine in my U200 saying, yeah, I found a house I want to buy. Can we go see it? So 2 in the same day, and that's never happened to me in my whole career.